Infanit.
Undivided. It's mighty.
All them players standing
92212 shit. Whole lot of player shit. I rap and sing like I'm Rio. I'm undivided like Rio. My flag go like I'm Rio. Like I'm Rio. Like I'm Rio. Them shooters surround me like Rio. Them players behind me like Rio. I'm a king, so crown me like Rio. Like I'm Rio. Like I'm Rio. I rap and sing like I'm Rio. I'm undivided like Rio. My flag go like I'm Rio. Like I'm Rio. Like I'm Rio. Them shooters surround me like Rio. Them players behind me like Rio. I'm a king, so crown me like Rio. Like I'm Rio. Like I'm Rio. I'm about my business like Rio. And saying that one out like a peephole. If I want it, I take it like Debo. Shoot like Jordan when he drop from the free throw. Pull up to the scene, 150 players. 922, don't forget the 12. All these niggas here causing hell. Disrespect, that's a whole lot of shells. I took an oath not to switch on you, nigga. I took an oath not to tell. Palms up to all of my niggas like Rio, I live all as well. I walked in the spot, smelling like purple. They looking like what did that smell? Undying love for all of my people, free every lady and big player. If me and you get caught on a mission, just promise me that you won't sing. Twin XD, 4-5s, plus they can't let me squeeze. To tell the truth, I give a fuck about LeBron, bitch, Rio the king. If a nigga go against the grain, no nation, we gon' make them bleed. Divided, we all gon' fall. Undivided shit, we all gon' stand. Can't just run wild like some animals, gotta come up with a plan. Gotta have structure, gotta move right, you wanna be part of the clan. Acknowledge every sister as a woman and every brother as a man. I rap and sing like I'm Rio. I'm undivided like Rio. My flag go like I'm Rio. Like I'm Rio. Like I'm Rio. Them shooters surround me like Rio. Them players behind me like Rio. I'm a king, so crown me like Rio. Like I'm Rio. Like I'm Rio. I rap and sing like I'm Rio. I'm undivided like Rio. My flag go like I'm Rio. Like I'm Rio. Like I'm Rio. Them shooters surround me like Rio. Them players behind me like Rio. I'm a king, so crown me like Rio. Like I'm Rio. Like I'm Rio.
big player like I'm Rio. I'm smashing these hoes like I'm Rio. Two bitches in the back room, I'm tryna have me a trio. Ice tail Sub-Zero, can't save a hoe, I'm not a hero. A nigga ever disrespect the nation, I set it off like I'm Cleo. Slanging bullets, Tim Tebow, fire popping for my people. 9 up for my people, undivided with my people. Red flag when it's war, nigga, making plays like a sports center. 100 shots and I'm gon' send them. She wanna play it with money, running through rats and keep running. I used to trap in the build, I get a load to run through it. I know some players see fluid like walk down the ride. He in the back screaming try, but I got the mouth screaming 9. You know we scrap with that eye, put my life on the line. Free all them players doing time, free all them players doing time.
Yeah, I ride with that eye for 22-12 bust 5. All praise to Allah, 9 up till I die. Palms up to the sky. I ride with that eye for 22-12 bust 5. All praise to Allah, 9 up till I die. Palms up to the sky. I be here till I die.
I rap and sing like I'm Rio. I'm undivided like Rio. My flag go like I'm Rio. Like I'm Rio. Like I'm Rio. Them shooters surround me like Rio. Them players behind me like Rio. I'm a king, so crown me like Rio. Like I'm Rio. Like I'm Rio. I rap and sing like I'm Rio. I'm undivided like Rio. My flag go like I'm Rio. Like I'm Rio. Like I'm Rio. Them shooters surround me like Rio. Them players behind me like Rio. I'm a king, so crown me like Rio. Like I'm Rio. Like I'm Rio.
wanted to be the Lord of all vice. Anything that was going on the west side that was wrong, gambling, dope, anything that was going on wrong, we wanted to be the lords of it. We normally had said that the white man normally was the Lord of all vice, so we just took their title. You know, instead of the syndicate of the mafia, you know, we just wanted to be vice lords.
How we saw people begging not to be hit anymore with a baseball bat or chain. How guys got cut up. How the people and the police would hate their guts. And how they might be the ones that got killed. Finally, Bobby recalls, one of the younger fellows said, well, we got to do something. We can't get jobs. We're too old to go back to school. We're too big to play games. What else is there to do? That started the older leaders thinking. They decided to try to change the conditions that make a man get a gun and hold up a store, that make him drink scrap iron, cheap whiskey, to forget about the conditions in which he lives, that lead a guy to hustle dope and to leave a family he wants to support but cannot.
Take that with a grain of salt if we're here to iron out problems, you dig? Another major problem among ourselves is that we were not taught to have trust and confidence in each other. You see? We were always taught to believe that our own brothers were out to get us in one way or another. There was no communication link. I've been taught to respect the white man. But now, a black brother that I was arguing with, I don't know anything about showing him any respect or fear. I was taught to fear the white. So if I would eliminate him or cut his throat or shoot him or what have you, it's just like crushing a roach, man. Well, he don't amount to nothing. This is the worst kind of cat in the world. He's a black cat, he's a gang member. So if I rip him off, then it don't mean nothing. It's just another cat that the white folks don't have to kill. What I'm saying, man, the things that we're doing to each other, we can't have it no more. What we need is a stick across our backs because we ain't woke up and really saw where our problems are, man, and we still running around here bickering and humbugging with each other. Every time we catch some brothers that's out here dusting and misusing each other, talking about killing and running to get their pistols, it should be a thing where 15 or 20 cats get on these dudes with sticks, man. You understand? And just dust them till they can't go no more. You see? Because our problem is not among ourselves. If we don't be living in the environments in all this filth, and they ain't got no jobs, and they ain't got no food coming from nowhere, no place, this is frustration, Jack. This creates problems. You understand? If we don't live like we do now, then the little things that we killing each other for right now today wouldn't amount to a grain of salt.
Yeah, peace and law. In the name of Allah, the more merciful, the more beneficent, the master of the day of judgment. Thee do we worship, thine aid we seek. Show us the straight way, the way of those whom have bestowed thy grace, the way of those whom portions is not a rather and going out astray. Amen. Peace and love. I'm a Ghana Hotel Almighty to the body. Lord Infinite checking in live with y'all again today. Just on my spirit, like we want to talk about serving two masters. And I open up with the scripts. And coming live from you from Matthew 6:21 through 25. It say, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. The light of the body is the eye. Therefore, thine eye be single, thy whole body should be full of light. But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body should be full of darkness. If therefore the light in that is in the darkness, how great is that of darkness? No man can serve two masters, for he either will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye should eat or ye should drink, nor yet for your body what ye should put on. It's not life more than meat, and the body than raiment. And I want to coming in on that topic right there. It's like when we break down vices is ultimately everything bad from your vices. Like we all got vices. Like we all got vices. You know what I'm saying? From that program that we just played at the beginning of the video, we seen how the initial program came into fruition. Like one, like the honorable Pebble, they said that in the beginning they wanted to be lord of all the vices, meaning they wanted to control the school, the politics, and everything illegal within our community. Then the narrative changed with the induction of the civil rights movement and a lot of brothers and sisters becoming more militant. So it's like when you break down, like you want like the concept you going from being lord over all your vices from a negative standpoint. Then after that period, it's like, okay, we want to be lord of all vices. When you get into like those brothers that came into had that meeting, they were like, we tired of the killing and we tired of the fighting, we tired of doing all of this. Like at that point, like the old brother made that transition from the two to the point to becoming lord of all our to becoming lord of all our vices within our community. So what I'm breaking down today, and not necessarily breaking down, but what we building on today is serving two masters. I see it a lot of time in music. I see it a lot of time in entertainment, where I see it a lot of time even in our community. Like, and it kind of a deep topic for me in a sense with my music and with my own being. Like, I was trying to be like the latter, which was lord over all the vices in the music. I mean, a lot of it come from like poverty-stricken community. A lot of it come from like the gang days, and lack of a better word, come from the violent. We come from the struggle. So we trying to be lord over all of that negative scenario. So in the transition, even with me, like I try to change my narrative within myself, like even with musically, like I can easily speak about a lot of stuff because of my life and my path and my background, but I'm not living like that no more. I'm not on that criminal wave. I'm not striving to be lord over no neighborhood from a syndicate type of perspective. So I'm more on that path of righteousness. So I had to ask myself, like, okay, like I'm trying to get into the world, the musical world or whatnot, but it's like in conflict with our natural being. Like we righteous and we striving to be better of ourselves. So it's like I seen the quote from Gandhi: harmony is when what you say, what you do, and how you live is in alignment. You know what I'm saying? That's the definition of harmony from, I guess, the Buddhist perspective. So I had to take a back seat and really think about that. So like even I know a lot of trying to get their music check. Like we see a lot of the rappers, a lot of the artists and entertainers, and we want that piece of the pie too. So it's like we end up talking like that. We end up changing our mind to fit that narrative, but we end up putting that lord of vices on ourselves. We end up becoming a slave of our vices because we trying to get signed, or we trying to get that music check. So it's like for me, I had to sit back and talk to myself, like, whoa, like yeah, I get that, but I can't partake in that. I can't. 'Cause I don't believe in that world no more. In the sense of I don't see myself domiciled in that world, so I can't really allow that to rent free space in my mind. So I had to take myself out of it. So again, so when I'm looking at the conversation like that, I had to make sure what I'm saying, what I'm doing, and how I'm living is in accordance with my message. So again, I get some people don't like the music, like my music. Some people don't like what I'm saying. Some people don't even like what I'm doing, but it's in harmony with how I am, and it's in harmony with that path of righteousness. It's in harmony with that struggle along that golden path. Like we all striving to be righteous. We all striving to be Lord over all our vices within our individuality. So I had to really think about it. Like what I'm saying. Like every time I'm getting on the mic or every time I'm in front of a camera, so I gotta be conscious of what I'm saying to make sure that's in accordance or in alignment with my lifestyle and the message that I'm bringing. Because again, like that's harmony, making sure your message, making sure what you saying, making sure how you living in it is in alignment. That's harmony. A lot of time we in imbalance. We putting imbalance. We putting ourselves in the position where we got to speak about things that are alien to us. I ain't gonna say alien in the sense like we don't know that, but it's an alien to our lifestyle because we at a point of change. And I seen some on Dane Dash interview. The brother was just breaking down like he don't even listen to a certain type of music, and it just kind of hit a different chord with me. Like you really gotta be the change that you want to see, family. So getting back into the topic of serving two masters, like we already know the industry, the entertainment world, that's of the devil. And what is the devil? All the evils, all the vices, everything wrong. And that's of the devil. So we gotta be conscious of that fact. And we trying to get into their world. We trying to get our coin. We trying to get our money. So we gotta understand the message that we bringing, and we gotta understand what it is we stand for as an individual. So again, like you can't serve two masters. Like they say you'll either end up hurting, I'm saying, you'll end up either hating one or you'll end up, I'm saying, not even following either. So it's like that world is the devil. So it's like we vice gender. We coming second to Allah, Christ, like that reflection of God here on earth. So we gotta make sure we standing on that. You gotta make sure you're a reflection of that. You gotta make sure your life look like that. You gotta make sure your message that you bring in embodies that. And that's what I kind of find my peace. That's where I kind of find my passion. That's what I found my I wouldn't say footstool, but my foundation, something to stand on. But it's like a tree without roots will fall. You got to be rooted in some family. You got to have some type of anchor. And serving two masters is like we already messed up coming from being black in a predominantly, I ain't gonna say predominantly white world, but it's a white world orchestrated by a lot of white thought and white ideologies. So it's more so about understanding ourselves, family. And we striving to be Lord of all our vices. And when you're a Lord of all your vices, you understand in your vice generating self. You understand that that's second to Allah. You gotta really understand what Allah, the God of your understanding is. And I ain't gonna be too long with that, but I just wanted to put that in the atmosphere, family. We can't serve two masters. You can't. Like you'll end up killing yourself. Like you end up being in disease. Like yeah, you preaching a positive message. Yeah, you preaching a righteous message. Like, you sounding good, but if your life and what you doing and how you living ain't in alignment with that, then you gonna easily fall short of that. So I just wanted to put that into the atmosphere, man. We got to be cautious and conscious of the master we serve. And me personally, I serve the higher power, the most that I am. I serve God. It's that vice generate myself. And I ain't gonna be too long with it. Like if anyone ever wanted to chime in on the conversation, what have you, which open up, give a little few space, let one whether you want to send a message to the visionary leader page or whatever, a comment or whatever. And we'll know saying due time, do a little response on the comments or what have you. But I'm gonna check the social medias and stuff. Make sure. But yeah, I get that's it right there, family. And y'all, even in y'all own little personal space, y'all own little thought, definitely gotta meditate on that, man. Are you serving? What master are you serving? Like, what is your rider? Farrakhan said that a lot. Like, who's in your dome? Who's in your king? Like, what voice do you follow? What voice is your voice of reasoning? You gotta be conscious of that, family. We lord over all our vice. Are you a lord under your vice? You gotta be conscious. I mean, we all it's a lifetime. We all on that path. Like the golden path ain't perfect. So we all it's all a struggle for us individually. So we gotta be conscious of that. You know what I'm saying? Gratitude, beloved. And definitely that was something I had to learn for myself. Like serving two masters. Either you gonna love one and hate the other, or vice versa. And on that note, like we'll get ready to close out, family. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us of our trespasses, and we forget those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thy is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen.